What is up? What is going on, everybody? I am back with a bit of an impromptu video as we have a roster move, a trade for the Seattle Seahawks. They have acquired defensive lineman Leonard Williams for the New York Giants in exchange for a 2024 second round pick, so a second round pick in the next draft, and a fifth round pick in the 2025 NFL draft. I'm going to break the trade down. Before I do it, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button for me for more Seahawks and Mariners content. Tons of Mariners content coming up. Don't worry, and I'll be live for the World Series game tonight as well. I love this move for the Seattle Seahawks. I absolutely love it. I actually mentioned Leonard Williams in my post-game recap yesterday. I said that if he's available for a fourth round pick, fifth round pick, go get him. Now, a little bit steeper than we thought. The 2024 second round pick is a pretty significant draft pick, but the Giants are eating most of Williams' contract. I believe over 10 million of 18 million left on the deal. So Giants are taking on a huge chunk of the money to help offset that. They're getting a better draft pick. And remember, too, the Seahawks draft pick in 2024, the second round pick, is not pick 33, 34, 35. We're probably talking a pick somewhere in the 50s to 60s. So I don't think it's as substantial as maybe some people are going to play it out to be. It's a legitimate draft pick. I'm not saying that. But in order to get better, you've got to spend some stuff sometimes. So I'm not against this. And you have 2 third-round picks next year, which should help offset a little bit. I could not care less about the 2025 fifth-round pick. That's 2 years from now, and it's a fifth-round draft pick. That's at best probably a special teams player. Not saying it doesn't have meaning, but not worried about that pick at all. So Leonard Williams, the player, he's got 1.5 sacks this year, 2.5 last year, 6.5 2 years ago. What I like about Leonard Williams is he's going to help set the edge better than the current guys on the roster. Losing Uchenna Nwosu was a huge blow to the Seahawks. I think we saw some of the side effects of not having Nwosu yesterday. I think Seattle had a little bit of trouble with the setting the edge on runs and the misdirections. I think Leonard Williams is absolutely going to help with that. I think Leonard Williams can play end in the Seahawks defense. He can get after the quarterback. I think he can play 3-tech and come in for Draymond Jones when he needs a breather. And I think he can even play a little bit of 1-tech and come in for Jarran Reed when he needs a breather. Jarran Reed and Draymond Jones have been nice. Jarran Reed's been more than nice. He's been tremendous this year. But they're going to need a little break. We're going to come into you talk about with baseball, always talk about the dog days. Football's coming in on that too. We're getting to that kind of middle of the season when guys start to tire out a little bit. So you need that added depth on the D-line. And I think Leonard Williams can play anywhere on the defensive line. I wouldn't worry too much about the sack numbers. I know they're a little bit lower. It's about pressures and hurries and getting after the quarterback, setting the edge as a run defender. And I think Leonard Williams can do all of that. He's actually, to me, very similar to Draymond Jones. I think that's a fair comparison. Probably say Jones a little bit better player. Listen, I don't think Leonard Williams is, this isn't necessarily an elite player coming over, but I like Leonard Williams. I think he's a really, really solid all-around player that can play everywhere on the D-line. The Seahawks like that versatility that those type of players can bring. And I think for a team, listen, if the team was 2-5, of course, I think that's a stupid trade. They're 5-2. They're in first place. That's what you should do when you're in this position. You try to find the players that can help get you over the top and get you into a Super Bowl, the playoffs, and then the Super Bowl. I don't think it's crazy to think this team has Super Bowl aspirations. They have the second best record in the National Football Conference. I don't know why I just didn't say FC, but you know what I mean? They have the second best record, that they should absolutely be adding players to get better. And I think this absolutely does. And like I said, with Nwosu healthy, I'm probably not giving up that second round pick for Leonard Williams, but without him, absolutely, I am doing this trade 10 times out of 10. You go for it. When you're in contention, you got a chance to go for it. That's what this team needs to do. And listen, like, they're not giving away, 8 draft picks over the next 5 years here for Williams. It's a second round pick next year that we hope will be, 62 to 64 in that range. And then the fifth round pick, which I said I don't care about. And again, not to just repeat myself, but Leonard Williams can play everywhere on the D-line for this team. And I think that versatility is huge. And watch those pass rush numbers improve a little bit with Seattle's secondary. The Giants secondary and their defense isn't terrible, but Seattle's, I think, is better on the back end with Witherspoon, Woolen, Adams, Love, and Diggs. I think you could see Leonard Williams' sack numbers come alive a little bit. It wouldn't shock me if he had 4 or 5 sacks down the stretch for the Seahawks. So I love the move. I think it's a tremendous addition. I think it is really, really going to help. I think you're going to get a little pass rush out of Leonard Williams, and I think he's going to be a huge impact setting the edge, avoiding some of those. We saw some of those keepers from PJ Walker, Josh Dobbs 2 weeks ago, where Daryl Taylor had trouble setting the edge. Derek Hall looked like he had a little trouble setting the edge at times. Leonard Williams is going to help there. And guess what? You're playing Lamar Jackson next week, a very mobile quarterback. And think about the quarterbacks you're going to play the rest of the year and why setting that edge is so important. You got to face Lamar. You're going to face Dak Prescott. Brock Purdy has decent wheels. You're going to face Jalen Hurts. Who else am I missing in there? And then you've got some other, but if you get in the playoffs, those are the quarterbacks you're going to be facing. So you need a player like that. I just don't think Daryl Taylor's an every down player. I think Daryl Taylor's a pass rush specialist. That has value. Nothing wrong with that. We've seen Taylor close out some games with sacks, but I think Leonard Williams is more of an every down player. And you can kind of put him in that NASCAR pass rush package as well. Him, Draymond Jones, Daryl Taylor, Boye Mafe, to get after the quarterback to help spell Jaron Reed on those plays as well. Super excited about this. Absolutely support the deal 100%. Probably, like I said, a little steeper than a draft pick that I would have liked to given up for Leonard Williams. Yes, but I'm also not going to lose sleep over it at all. And nor should you if he can help get the Seahawks to that next level. Have a great one, everybody. Enjoy it. Welcome to Seattle, Leonard Williams. Go Hawks. First place. Let's keep it going. Have a great one, everybody. Peace. Remember to like, comment, and don't forget to hit that sub button.